I just counted up all the books on my physical TBR, and if my calculations are correct, I have exactly 200 books. Exactly 200 books that I have still yet to read. That is abhorrent. All the books are in piles, and it may look like there is no rhyme or reason to them, but there is. A while ago, I saw a comment, I think it was, of someone saying that how they got through their physical TBR was by reading books in alphabetical author's last name. For example, reading all the books whose author's last name starts with A, and then B, and then C, and then D, and then so on forth. And I don't know exactly what the science is behind that, but I can actually believe it because it puts it in manageable pieces, and it's like, okay, you have to read this. The only thing it doesn't count is this Christmas stack here, which I'm going to be planning on reading. Also, I found another Christmas book that I forgot to tell you about in my Christmas TBR. It's some, like, Disney retelling, I think. Something about The Nightmare Before Christmas, which I do love. I am aware that this is very excessive, and this has been building up for a long time. There's also a few books on here that I have read, but I just want to reread. Also, I will be going on a book buying ban. I'm not going to be buying any more books until, like, majority of these have been read. Like, I'm looking at all the new releases next year, and it's like, well, you can't read them because look at all of these. You know, there are books here that you bought when they were new releases, and you still haven't read them. So, no. I'm very disappointed in myself, okay? But I do have several people who are going to be holding me accountable to not buy anything else until these are, like, basically most of them read. And I'm excited. Like, I'm looking at all these books here, and there are so many that I want to read right now, but I can't. But I'm going to do a little catalog here because it's December, and I want to see, first of all, how many I can get knocked off before the end of the year, and then also what we're going to be going into for next year. And I'm hoping I can just keep reading, and then maybe, you know, midway through next year, maybe 6 months later, we can do, like, a check-in. Also, there are a few books on here that were originally on my physical TBR, like, for example, To Kill a Mockingbird, but I already read that. Like, I read that when I was, what, like, 13, 14? I wrote essays about it. I said speeches about it. Like, I dissected that book, I know this, and I was going to reread it again to see if my experience would change, and I also had, like, a video idea, but I'm like, I feel like I don't need to reread it at this point in my life. Like, maybe in, like, 20 years I can reread it, but that is not that time now. So I'm just going to go through, and we're just going to, in no particular order, just go around. I'm going to show you them, and I am aware this is the problem. Also, I have bought every single one of these with my own money that I work and get yelled at by customers to earn. So I feel like, okay, I know it's a problem, but, like, there are other worse things that I could have been spending my money on. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm aware this is a problem, and also keep in mind, I do give my books out to people. Literally, I've got 2 books right here that I had to write down on piece of paper because my grandma currently has them. And there's another book that's gone missing. It's Wildfire by Hannah Grace. It's my favorite. That book, that's the second time this book has gone missing. I lost it, and then I found it again randomly, and then I lost it again. I'm pretty sure it's the universe telling me to just not read that book. Just don't read it. Because I read the first one when it literally first came out, like, on this random website. And at that point, the best friend's name still hadn't been changed. But that's wonderful. Okay, let's just get into this. And I'm not going to be telling you too much about the books. I'm just going to be kind of showing them. But the first one I want to say is the first book of my physical TBR is Tempest of Tea, because I'm literally almost done. I'm up to chapter 41. This book, okay, Peaky Blinders, Vampires, Six of Crows. It's about this girl called Arthie. She owns this tea house by day, and then at night it's like this secret vampire bloodhouse thing. And then they have to go on this heist to save her shop. And she's a baddie. She is not a doormat, and there are other characters in here. We have Flick and we have Jen, and we're sort of following them as well. And I'm really enjoying this. I love vampires, but I'm almost finished up. So I'll be 100% finishing this book today. So then, really, basically, it's only $199 after this. I am feeling the most nervous about K because I have the most K books here, but I am in the middle of Bright Young Women, which is, like, going very well. But, okay, why am I getting off topic here? Okay, we're going to start off with A because I feel like that just makes sense, but we won't be able to go into B next because that's the current pile that you're resting on. Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. This is like Regency Bridgerton vibes with lots of like fairy tale vibes, I'm assuming. Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. Northanger Abbey as well. Where Sleeping Girls Lie. This is like boarding school, Mean Girls. These next books I just want to get rid of. Like, I just want to read ASAP, but okay. We have Terms and Conditions, which is the second book in the Dreamland Billionaire series, and then we have Final Offer, which is the third book. And then we have Love Redesigned, whose main character is called Julian. And also this is like a spin-off version of this one. It's like a town from this series. Now I'm going to go with every author's last name who starts with a D. So first we have Rebecca, which is gothic, ghostly vibes. A Tale of Two Cities. It was the best of times, the worst. Okay, Great Expectations. I've wanted to read this for so long. I forgot I had these. I need to get on that. The Idiot. This baddie started the middle part trend. The Count of Monte Cristo, which I did start reading in March, and I even sectioned it off for myself, and okay. I will get to there at some point, okay? That reading vlog is in progress. We ever see it? I don't know. All the Light We Cannot See. The House Witch, which I'm pretty sure I accidentally called this because I have no recollection. House of Leaves, which is this book where everything is like upside down and it's like really complicated and confusing and see. 4P, we have The Dead Romantics, a novel love story, better than the movies. The Bell Jar, which I've already read and I rated 5 stars. I love this book, but I want to reread. The Underbridge Journals of Sophia Plath, and When the Moon Hatched, which I have started and I have a little bit less than halfway to go. I need to just... Reading vlog, also pending with this in it. I could totally be lying, but for EMP, I only had one book, so they get their own little pile, but we have Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte, and we also have The Dark Harvest. Why do I keep saying that in front of books where there's not the by Norman Partridge? Now, this book I was supposed to read on Halloween because it's specifically for Halloween. Did I read it on Halloween? No, I didn't. So I'm not going to talk about that. For L, we have A Wrinkle in Time, which is a book I bought because I wanted to remember what it was like to read when I was younger. And I bought it from eBay, so Sustainable Queen. My Roommate is a Vampire. I really badly want to read this. Again, I was supposed to read it in October, but did I? No. And then we have The Stolen Heir by Sophie Lark, which is the second book in, I think, the Brutal Birthright series. And I think this is, she's a ballerina and she gets captured and it's like a Beauty and the Beast retelling kind of thing. See, she's wearing it and then she's trapped because he kidnaps her. For F, we have Sometimes I Lie, Daisy Duck, which I've already started, and then we have The Beautiful and the Damned. Now, this man, it's said that he stole from his wife, and these are actually her books. What a rat! For C, we have Happy All the Time, The Girl from the Well, Swear on This Life, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, Death on the Nile, Halloween Party, which again, I was supposed to read on Halloween, but did I? No. House of Salt and Sorrows. We have a few Darcy Coates books. We have From Below, The Carrowhorn, and the 2 books that my grandma has is Craven Manor and The Haunting of Blackwood House. We have Picking Daisies on Sundays, The Awakening, The Stacked Dispel I got, The Heartless Hunter. For N, we have Lolita, The Whistling, One Day, Julia, which is 1984 from Julia's perspective. For J, I actually have like 1,000 books where the last name of the author is Jackson and they're not the same person. But we're starting off with Abby Jimenez. So we have Life is Too Short, which is the 3rd book in the Friend Zone the Happy Ever After playlist series. And I read those 2, and all I'm going to say is that I read those first because everyone said to read them first, because if you read these ones first and you go back in time, it's going to be such a disaster. And the writing and the storylines and everything just improves so much within these ones. But I wanted to read that little thing first, just to, you know, be caught up, I guess. I don't know. But we have Life's Too Short, Part of Your World, Yours Truly, Just for Summer. I did just want to read just this one at the start of the year. And then I saw a lot of people say, no, you need to read these 2 because it'll be more impactful. And then people were like, you got to read the first 3. Maybe in another life, this is a whole, you know, different universes, parallel universes kind of vibe, which I just want to read. So I don't know why I haven't, because I've been talking about how excited I'm to read this book for so long. Killjoy, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I have already read, but I'm going to reread. Good Girl, Bad Blood, As Good as Dead. 5 Survive, The Weight of Blood, White Smoke. We have Always Lived in the Castle. See what I'm saying? We have Holly Jackson, we have Tiffany D. Jackson, and then we have Shirley Jackson. Wait, why are all these books kind of scary? So they all are kind of in the like scarier kind of genres. Well, okay, they're not scary, but like they're not like cute fluffy. You know what I'm saying? For W, we have In the Company of Witches, Keeping 13, Saving 6, The Perfect Find, Butcher and Blackbird. I really want to read this really badly as well. In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, The Picture of Dorian Gray, The Blonde Dies First, The Waves, Mrs. Dalloway, The Perfectly Proper Paranormal Museum. For R, we have If We Were Villains, Ricochet, Give the Dark My Love, The Reaper. For T, we have Love in the Time of Serial Killers. I really badly want to read this book. You know what? I might read this book today. after Tempest of Tea. We have Mile High, which I've already started, and then The Right Move. M is a pretty big stack, so let's start with this one. We have Queen of Shadows, which is the next book in the Throne of Glass series, because I've only read the first 4, so this is the 5th one. And this is the Tangent Read. We have Tower of Dawn, Empire of Storms, then Kingdom of Ash. My year of rest and relaxation, I really want to read this. Moby Dick by Herman Melville, which I just keep thinking about how I bought this book the day after I saw Harry Styles last year. That's how long I've had this book. I need to get on that. The Co-Worker, Mexican Gothic, The Song of Achilles, The Night Circus, The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, Scarred, Red, White and Royal Blue, Hunting Prince Dracula. For H, we have The Penguin Book of Witches, Bride, Love Theoretically, The Otis, I can't speak. This book here. Eleanor Oliphant is completely fine. I really badly want to read this. I actually might read this book today. The Nightingale, The Women. I really need to read a Kristen Hanna book. My mom has read both of these books and she really liked them, so I need to... Oh, I also have another book. Like that, I guess 201. It's called like The Six Wives of Henry VIII or whatever. My mom currently has that one. That is also on my physical TBR. Funny Story by Emily Henry. Actually, I want to read this book today. I love Emily Henry. I'm literally wearing a book lovers t-shirt. We have Quicksilver by Callie Hart. Like, I need to get on this. Like, this is the indie published version. It's been traditionally published now. Never by Jessa Hastings. I'm just going to really quickly rapid fire these Christmas books because I already did my Christmas TBR or whatever, but whatever. Okay. The Christmas Bookshop, The Nutcracker, Sally's Lament, A Winter in New York, A Christmas Carol, which I already read, but I want to reread every single year. The Book Club Hotel, Holiday Romance, The Holiday Cottage. I did have this exact book, but it was in green. It was a different name, but I gave that to my sister and we're gonna buddy read it together because it's the same book, just a different title and a different cover. But I got the blue one. Wreck the Halls, Poirot's Christmas, The Mistletoe Motive, The Christmas Party, A Quart of Sugar and Spice, Midwinter Murder. For V, we have My Darling Dreadful Thing, Autumn of the Grimoire, Around the World in 80 Days, Journey to the Center of the Earth, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. For S, we have Elantris, Strange Practice, Anatomy, The Ex-Hex, My Dark Romeo, House of Hollow, The Watchers, Archer's Voice, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, Dracula, Done and Dusted, Things We Left Behind, Things We Had from the Light, The Honey Witch, The Woman in Me. For Y, we have A Little Life. For Z, we have Tomorrow, 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 The Wall of Winnipeg and Me. For G, we have Yes, Wildfire by Hannah Grace, which I don't have because I think it's a sign telling me to not read that book because why does it keep going missing? Like, these are all my books. I don't know where it went. Like, it's not on my red bookshelf. I don't know where it is. These Violent Delights, Into the Drowning Deep, Belladonna. I really want to read this. You Again, The Ocean at the End of the Lane. One of you guys told me to read this book, so I got it. Legendary Finale, Spectacular. Apparently, this is a Christmas novella. So, oh, that is... This book is beautiful. And am I crying because I saw the other versions, but I have these ones? Yes, I am. And you know what? We're not going to talk about it because these are still cute in their own way and I got these used. So for R, we have My Policeman, Normal People, which again, I read at the start of this year. I read it, but I need to reread it. I need to reread this book. It's just, I love this book so much and I read it at the start of the year and it's not enough and I need to reread it again. And I love it. I love it so much. So I'm going to do an entire like reading Sally Rooney's books. This is obviously the first one because I love Normal People. I love Normal People. Conversations with Friends, Intermezzo, and Beautiful World, Where Are You? Okay, for authors with the last name starting with F, we have Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, we have Every Summer After, Meet Me at the Lake, and This Summer Will Be Different, and I want to do like an entire reading book of just these three. These covers are really beautiful, by the way. And then we have The Witch of Willow Hall. We have 2 stacks left. We have K, and then we have B, which is what you're resting on. Let's begin. Bright Young Women, A Sorceress Comes to Call. We have the Deal series. I'm not going through each of these, but I kind of have beef with this because I ordered these with the blue sprayed edges. They did not come with blue sprayed edges, and I internationally bought them, and I just like thought of like returning them. It's like, okay, then I had a brilliant idea that I'm going to spray paint them myself. Not spray paint, but you can paint them yourself. And instead of making them all blue, I'm going to pick like, you just see the spines, so yellow, that would then be yellow, or maybe like purple, blue, pink, you know, like that's what I'm going to do for that one. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the Briar U series. So there, you're not going to send me the blue ones? Fine, I will make my own. Then we have quite a lot of Stephen King books. Yeah, I basically, when I was like getting back into reading, I was like, okay, well, I love scary movies. And I was like, Stephen King. So I bought a lot of his books, and then I've read a few, and sometimes we just don't like mesh well. But I have some here. So yeah, my favorite thing was when I read Cujo, and then I annotated it. Like, oh, that was in a reading vlog, and I never uploaded that. I'm thinking of making a video with all my like failed reading vlogs and just like putting it all together. I'm going to put that one in there, but I just annotated it, and I'm going to do that with other books that I have here that I'm kind of scared to read, like Things We Hide from the Light. Like, I'm scared to read that one because I did not like the first one. But if I annotate it, then I can like get out my frustrations, and I won't have to be ranting. And I'm also scared for this one. But if I'm annotating it, I can cross things out. I can, you know, it can be very therapeutic. But we have The Night Shift. The Outsider, I purely bought this book because it was on sale and I like this cover. The Green Mile, I actually like the movie for this one. The Institute, I started reading this. Literally my bookmark is in there. I was like, I don't know. Firestarter, I started reading this on vacation like 2 years ago when I was 17. Got a little bit into it. It, again, I'm in the middle of this. I think I took out the bookmark, but I was in the middle of this. We have The Shining. I also took out the bookmark in this one as well. And then we have The Wedding Party. Now it's time for the B-books. And yeah, we have like, I have the most B-books, I think. Oh, we're up very close and personal. That's gonna fall. We have Shady Hollow, The Penguin Book of Ghost Stories, Wuthering Heights, A Man Called Ove, The Wicked King, The Queen of Nothing, The Final Gambit, Killer Instinct, All In, Bad Blood, and there's also like a little novella in the back here. 12. We have Ruin and Rising, Siege and Storm, Shadow and Bone. Oh, I said those backwards. Okay. Six of Crows, Ninth House, Hellbent, The Familiar. Why do I have so many Lee Bardugo books? I didn't even realize they were all by, she has such like a range in like her genres. We have The Serpent and the Wings of Night. I really want to read this. I have started reading this. We have 6 Scorched Roses and The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. And the final book we have from this physical TBR is The Lovely War. I'm feeling overwhelmed, but I'm also feeling excited because look at how many books I can be reading, and there's so many that I want to read, and I'm feeling like very much in a reading mood at the moment. Like, I just want to read everything, and I'm so excited to read. And if there's anything, I know I said I'm going to try to read in like all those last names order, but I am also a mood reader, and kind of part of me is like, actually, I just kind of want to read this and that all out of order. So if there's any book here that you like, that was the best book I've ever read in my entire life, let me know. Let me know so I can read it, because I will. I will, because I'm easily influenced. Obviously, I'm easily influenced, as you can see by this. And if I want to say, this is like not normal. But also, I have been reading books literally my entire life, and I fear I do have hoarding problems, which is why I still have books from my childhood. It's okay. One day I'm going to get around to giving them to my children. No, ideally I'd like to be able to get rid of things, but like, I still have my stuffed animals. Okay? Like, they're next to my bed. My stuffed animals are next to my bed. Okay? So it's like, I have problems with holding on to things. But like, I'll show you. Like, just so you know. Like, I have a problem, okay? And I'm aware of this. I hid them. My childhood books, they're like hidden at the back. See? They're hidden at the back. Do you see the Dork Diary books there? They're hidden there. This series I really like this series. Love Story ones. Okay. It's a lot. And I'm sorry, trees. I love you so much. And I'm going to read all of them because they're all books that I want to read. Or I will get something out of reading. Even if it is just me hating on the characters. Expressing my anger in a healthy way at fictional people because they're not real. And yes. So that is that. I'm going to get reading, get hustling to get these books read because there's so many that I just want to read. There's so many that I want to read. So today, after I finish editing this video and uploading it, I'm just going to be like, reading away. And let's see how many books I can read. You know? Okay. Bye!